Well, welcome back to the channel. We are a week later. I did get a bunch done this week, although it kind of feels like I really didn't. It just what I was working on didn't really. It was not fast. Let's just put it that way. I took each of these fenders back off, finished getting all the trim off of it. I did that to both sides. This side was the worst side, working to get all these screws out of the trim piece that went around there. It is kind of bolted together. I just don't have anything running yet. I did dig out the valance piece for there and the valance piece for up there and got them into place. Before I tighten anything down, I just want to make sure I don't need to pull anything apart again. Like I said, I haven't decided to what extent I'm putting this truck back together. Because at a certain point, it's not going to reward me any more or less money that I'd be getting out of it. So I think what I'm just going to do is get all the major body panels put back together, and we'll just set the interior and all the wiring in pieces in the cab. That way people can sort through and see exactly what's there, what's not there, which I'm pretty sure I have about 95% of the whole truck here in this garage. Then once I got done messing around with that trim, I think, well, I got these doors that are part of that same truck that I needed to pull the trim off. And when I got to pulling the trim off, I realized these doors are pretty much gone on the bottom. I guess I really didn't notice that when we tore this truck apart, because we pretty much pulled the doors off and they got sat in the corner for all this time. So with them pretty much being trashed, and I still have an extra set of doors back here that are good. In fact, these are probably the doors that I'm going to put on this truck, so those are in a little bit nicer condition than these doors. The only downside to those doors is this, all this weather stripping around here is about gone. So I'm hoping that I can save this and reuse it on that door. And I almost want to say these windows are in a little bit better condition than those windows too. So even though this was a power setup, it had power locks, power windows, I'm hoping this is mostly the same parts as the manual setup over there, and I could just reuse like the glass and maybe the tracks or whatever and get it done. The reason why I don't have any of this done is because I got hung up on trying to tear these bolts out of here. As you can see, I got them, most of them, loose, except for this one. This one just spins and I can't find a way to get at it to get to the other side. I think this one I can feel where the head is, but it's, I think, like that cross part of the track up of the window is in my way and I can't get to the head to put a wrench on it, kind of work it out of there. So I had to go watch some videos of how these come apart and see if there was a trick that I was missing. And I guess there really isn't. There's really only one decent video out there of a young fella who made a video, and his was a early 90s truck, and he didn't have nuts on all these. He had actual bolts that went in there, which either tells me in the 90s they changed how they did that, or someone had been in his truck before to replace it. Because, you know, when I look at my other trucks here to see what's going on, everything about this truck is riveted on. And that's a manual setup at that truck. And then when you look at the doors on this Ram Charger here, this too is also a power window, as there is no crank here. And I guess I might have been, probably was power locks too, maybe, but I don't know. I don't see where. I don't know. I have to look in my box of electronics for this and see if I do have the actuators for the locks or not. But as you can see, this door is also riveted on, except for this spot, which I believe none of the other doors in my collection have a bolt in that location. So that's curious. But since these doors are trashed anyways, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the time and cut this skin off. Or enough of the skin so I can get in there and pull out safely what I need to get out of these doors. Then while I'm in there, I would like to keep these mirrors too. But when I try to unbolt these things out of their goofy retainer type things that are back there, they just sit there and spin. So I have a feeling, I'll get this cut out, I'll get that taken out, and I'm gonna have to probably come back and cut those bolts from the back side, and so I can knock them out and get those mirrors off. Those bolts don't look like they're anything special anyways. They just look like self-tap or leg type bolts. So that's what I like to finish up this weekend. And then from there I need to go through and maybe pull down all the parts that I'm going to send with this. Well, maybe not the big parts, but those will stay up there until I get around to posting this. But I need to kind of go through, figure out which dash accoutrements go in there. The actual instrument clusters. I'm fairly certain I have all those instruments clusters marked for whatever vehicle they came out of. So I'm going to give the original one that came with this truck to this truck. Same with the glove box. I don't know what I have for door panels, right? Because all these panels are to other vehicles. I'm hoping up there is where I have all the rear trim and stuff for the Ram Charger. I'm hoping maybe I have door panels up there too, but I don't know why I would have kept them separate from those. Because I'm kind of OCD like that. So yeah. So a short update this week. I'll talk to you guys next week and we'll see what I get done or not done. I'll talk to you guys later.